now have a reading of the preamble to the Articles of Freedom by Brad Waslenko, another of our delegates to Continental Congress.
In defense of a free people, the time has come to reassert our God-given natural rights and cast off tyranny. Let the facts reveal. The federal government of the United States of America was instituted to secure the individual rights of our citizens and instead now threatens our life, liberty, and property through usurpations of the Constitution. Emboldened by our own lack of responsibility and due diligence in these matters, government has exceeded its mandate and abandoned those founding principles which have made our nation exceptional. Our servant government has undertaken these unconstitutional actions in direct violation of their enumerated duties to the detriment of the people's liberty and the sovereignty of our republic. Over many years, and spanning multiple political administrations, the people, who have in good conscience attempted to deliberate our grievances and voice our dissent against these offensive actions through both petition and assembly, have been maligned and ignored with contempt. The people of 48 states, justly alarmed at these arbitrary and unconstitutional actions, have met as citizen delegates and sat in General Congress in the city of St. Charles, Illinois. Whereupon we, as these citizen delegates, have gathered in defense of divine justice, liberty, and the principles of limited government, now stand in clear recognition of the supreme law of the land, the Constitution for the United States of America. Therefore, we demand that government immediately reestablish constitutional rule of law, as the people be forced to do so themselves. And we hereby serve notice that in defense of freedom and liberty, there should be no compromise to which we shall ever yield.
Just think of the millions of folks, including members of the armed forces, who've raised their right hand and said, "I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter, so help me God." How does anyone who's taken this vow, elected officials especially, reconcile this with the violations that have been committed against our Constitution, and what those violations have done and are doing to America, with effects for generations to come? Let's briefly review some of the violations of the Constitution, and that's up to Brad again.
In full view of the public, let the record be made, let all hear the facts. The facts are these. The Constitution of the United States has been violated over many administrations across all branches of government and by both parties. Each and every violation of the Constitution has a devastating and undermining effect on our economy, our people, our families, our way of life, our national reputation, our prosperity, and our future. For decades, our government has been meddling in the internal affairs of other countries without any constitutional authority, causing foreign nationals to direct their hostilities towards us, which has given us a war on terror and a growing police state that is repugnant to the Fourth Amendment and the general welfare of a free people. We have a fiat currency in violation of the money clauses of Article 1. We have been emitting trillions of dollars worth of bills of credit through or under the auspices of the Federal Reserve System in violation of Article 1. We have been incurring trillions of dollars worth of debt for the payment of expenditures for programs and activities that are not enumerated in Article 1 and therefore not authorized. For decades, we have under-enforced immigration laws in violation of that mandate plainly worded in Article 2 that requires the President to faithfully execute all the laws passed by Congress. We have a President whose father was not an American citizen in violation of Article 2. We have an absence of well-regulated state militias and have federal gun control laws, all in violation of the Second Amendment. For decades, in violation of the sovereignty clauses of the Declaration of Independence, the United States has been entering into treaties, contracts, and relationships with foreign entities and giving authority to international bodies, dissipating, destroying, and undermining America's sovereignty. We have private land being taken for private purposes in violation of the Fifth Amendment. We have money bills originating in the Senate in violation of Article 1. And we have a Senate that using a supermajority vote to decide whether to enact a law without amendment to the Constitution, all in violation of Article 1, Sections 3 and 5, and Article 5. These violations and more have challenged the constitutional republic of the United States and her people.
First, the delegates of Continental Congress and now Americans from each of our 50 states are signing the Articles of Freedom Pledge in an effort to see if there are millions of us who are ready to take our stand. As I said before, not everybody's going to agree with everything that's in the Articles of Freedom, just as not all the Founding Fathers agreed with everything that was in the Constitution. But I'm sure we can all agree with the pledge, which signifies the belief that for decades and over many administrations, both political parties have been violating the Constitution and the states have acquiesced. And the pledge asks us each to hold our elected and appointed officials responsible to uphold the Constitution. Very simply, you can go on the website articlesofreedom.us and sign the pledge, signifying that you will hold your elected and appointed officials responsible. Today we have the opportunity to take the pledge together here and across America, so if you'd like to join me while we read it, I believe it is in your program. In full view of the Creator as my witness, I hereby pledge to join with millions of Americans to hold our elected and appointed officials accountable to their oath of office, to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution for the United States of America. In seeking to hold them accountable, I shall hold myself accountable to do the same. I renounce and condemn any and all initiation of violent force and will pursue all lawful and constitutional means to fulfill my duty. I speak these words as an eternal record of the will of the people to be free. Thank you. The following elected officials from the state of Connecticut are being served with the Articles of Freedom today. While invited to attend this ceremony and receive them in person, they are not present. Therefore, the articles will be delivered by hand to their offices following the ceremony. Senator Christopher Dodd, Senator Joseph Lieberman, Governor Jody Rell, Representative Chris Donovan, Senator Donald Williams. We will await their response to their remedial instructions contained in the articles and monitor all legislative actions. And I forgot Congressman Larson also. We will await their response to the remedial instructions contained in the articles and monitor all legislative actions and will hold them accountable to their oath of office